So here is a look at the grid then, and on pole position it is the Michael Price, Marcus Clutton car, but it's Michael Price that's starting. David Whitmore starts the car next to it on the front of the grid. Row 2 is Chris Brown starting the car. Mickey Brown will take over. Chris Byallen on his own on the outside of row 2. Championship, the safety car pulls into the pit lane. It's a bit of a ragged rolling start, but the red lights are on. Do they go out? The answer is yes, they do, and the race gets underway. And it's a good start from the second row of the grid there by Chris Byallen, but the two front row cars are still pretty much side by side as they head into Redgate Corner for the first time on the outside line. It's David Whitmore trying to get past Michael Price there, but I don't think he could make that work, or can he? He's still hanging on around the outside line. It looks like Chris Byallen in fourth place, or starting fourth, was trying to go with him as well, but it is Michael Price that's holding on then from David Whitmore at the moment.
And only just now the rest of the 47 car grid have started their race. That is the size of the entry, absolutely fantastic. But it's Porsche from BMW, a motor race, with the leaders making their way up towards Coppet, and it's Michael Price that leads. Second place is David Whitmore, third is Chris Byallen, holding on in fourth sport, but it's the championship sponsor liveried car Tiguera that's going to lead the first lap of the season with David Whitmore at the wheel.
Yeah, Chris Byallen there in second place, then it's Michael Price recovering from that moment at the Fogarty. Yes, he's in third. Chris Brown is in fourth place.
Despite it being a much longer race than perhaps what you are used to. You wouldn't have thought it though up front, would you? Because it's 3 cars for the lead. It looks like Michael Price has got his head back down and chasing the top two, chasing David Whitmore and Chris Byallen. Whitmore was a winner in the M3 Cup last year. Byallen won at Brands Hatch last weekend in the Armed Forces Challenge, another 750 Motor Club organised series time during the pit stop. So 4 laps done, and it's David Whitmore that leads the way over Michael Price. Third is Chris Byallen.
And he's just pulled out a few car lengths now from Carl Swift, but he's really lost touch with the 3 cars ahead, hasn't he? Chris Byallen is already about 13 seconds up the road in third place.
Absolutely. There's Chris Byallen, who was racing here at Donington Park on Saturday as well, so he's having a very busy weekend of racing, so should know that car well. Absolutely. Here come the leaders out of the hairpin. The top 3 perhaps a bit closer now. Chris Byallen has a better run through the traffic than the top 2, yet about a second quicker on that lap, but the lap time something like 3 or 4 seconds off what their best was, so certainly the lap traffic affecting the lap times.
Here's the leader though, Michael Price. He's not really getting away here from David Whitmore in second, is he? A gap at the beginning of the lap of just over a second. Chris Byallen still there in third, about 2 seconds behind that. Now the leaders together, and there's a back marker there with its bonnet flapping rather wildly, as if it's perhaps had a bit of contact, or possibly just a bonnet pin that wasn't fixed down correctly, but that keeps to the right hand side of the circuit. The leaders head down the exhibition straight towards the Fogarty S's untroubled. The gap though coming down.
Chris Byallen especially getting closer to the top 2. Cayman leading the BMW M4 and then the BMW M3 GTR in third place, 3 of them together.
And they've just put a lap on the Simon Middleton Lotus Elise. That'll be handed over to Oliver Crease. Exceed, should say. That'll be handed over to Oliver Crease for the
pits, I think. Couldn't quite catch which car that was, unfortunately, but through traffic there down at the old hairpin, Chris Byallen gets all out over the curbs.
So they're heading down towards the Fogarty S's once again. Just about 20 minutes into this race now. And the top 3 well clear of the rest now. And Chris Byallen in third place has just done his personal best lap of the race.
Yeah, so we're clear track and the fuel load going down, the pace improving there. All the top 3 in the 44s. They're so close, the 3 of them on lap time. Something like less than 2/10 of a second separated their time. So how well each driver does really all depends on how well they go through the lap traffic. So out of the old hairpin, 20 minutes in, there is David Whitmore ahead of Chris Byallen. But out here in the family-run car with Darren this weekend. But looking back here is Chris Byallen turning his way through Redgate Corner. He's still on the tail of David Whitmore. There's the leader, Michael Price, is nearly 4 seconds clear now. So another good run through traffic for the race leader. Here's Whitmore in the Tiguera TI Motorsport run BMW M4. just lapping one of the BMW compacts there to the outside. Right, here comes a battle of a second though, out of the hairpin, just lapping the Luke Handley Honda Civic. It's still David Whitmore though, keeping Chris Byalon at bay. They're now 5 seconds behind the race leader, which is Michael Price. They're just lapping another of the Mazdas there. And the ones we're doing at the moment are the David Whitmore and Chris Byalon battle that continues for second place. And it's
back round.
The new leader is in fact, David Whitmore, which promotes Chris Byalon to the actual lead, so into the pits. The other thing to note, the safety car has waved everybody through who was between it and Chris Byalon, so anybody that looked like they were a lap down will no longer be so. And Richard Bacon and Michael Price all pitting. Chris Byalon has a very large lead indeed.
Yeah, so 75 minutes or so left to go in this race. Chris Byalon then it is that's leading by about a minute.
And the safety car has come in as well, so racing resumes here at Donington Park, and Chris Byalon now with a huge lead, but he hasn't stopped yet.
So it's out there at the moment, as off as Chris Byalon, the leader.
Has he run out of fuel, question mark?
Well, it's kind of parked in a slightly awkward position. That's just on the way up towards McLean's, isn't it? Just through Schwantz Curve. Out in front, I mean, there's only 50 minutes of the race gone, is stationary. A couple of cars being pushed into the garages with queues.
So with Chris Byalon...
Oh, it's got moving again now.
But he would have lost the lead, I would have thought, to the pits now to see what the problem was with this M3 GTR.
Yes, Chris just arrived down here in the pits. I'm going to head down to his garage now and try and find out what the problem is. Very
driver change, but it was certainly Dan Anderson that started that car in the BMW.
Look like they're looking in the engine bay of the Chris Byalon car, Lotus, but it looks like Chris Byalon's car's being pushed into the garage, Jacob.
Yep, they're just reeling it back in now. Chris has taken a quick comfort break, but I think he's just re-emerged at the back. I'm going to ask him just quickly what's going on. Chris, what's happened?
Not sure. It started to pull up loose power on going through the old hairpin, and then as she conked out, the t-shirt was in the red, so it's cooled down a bit. I went back to the pits, but I don't know what's wrong.
All right, thanks for talking to us, Chris. All the best for getting it fixed. Yep, not sure what the problem is at the minute. Hang on, a quick word from the mechanic.
Stone through the radiator.
Stone through the radiator, guys.